Michael Morales Torres para Lucha Libre Online junto a mi Pedro Vega, el invitado especial, el director de autoridad de TNA Wrestling, el mío caro amigo Santino Marella. Llega acá a Lucha Libre Online, un campeón de Estados Unidos, intercontinental, el mundo entero lo ha visto con su propio proyecto Battle Arts en Canadá. Su hija también está en acción. El hombre está en todos lados, ha estado en AAA, ha estado en WWE, ha estado en TNA, pero lo más importante, él es quien lidera esta nueva invasión. Así que le damos la bienvenida a Santino Marella. Santino, sir, how are you doing today? It is an honor for us to have you. Do not point the quota, Pedro. We don't want that type of aggression and violence today.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. I'm awesome.
Sir, thank you very much for your time. It's an honor for us to have you. Pedro did the signal, and I need to ask the thing that made children cry in Mexico recently. We saw a huge match, blockbuster bonus main event that AAA in Mexico had the opportunity to enjoy. WWE, AAA, TNA all in one match. Santino Marella was waving that TNA flag in representation of TNA wrestling. The Cobra face to face against La Yesca for the first
La
time.
Yesca.
Talk to me about that moment.
Yeah, you know what? It was interesting because on social media, I see Mr. Iguana is blowing up, and every comment is, Iguana versus Cobra, Yesca versus Cobra, and people wanted to see it. And I'm just really happy that the WWE gave me a call, and I was able to go down, represent TNA, and face Mr. Iguana. Um, it was a great match. It was a mixed tag team match, and to be honest, it had been a while since I wrestled in front of 10,000 plus people. So it was really cool for me too. And I have been getting in shape, and I've been doing jujitsu, and I've been doing it was my first real match back where I kind of tested my body a little bit because I've been doing a lot of physiotherapy and I've been spending money on my health with stem cells and red light therapy and alkaline mats and all this stuff, right? And I felt amazing after the match. So it was really good for me too as a confidence builder to say that shit, I can still do this. And Mr. Iguana is obviously he's very good, very funny, very smart. It was hard to immediately after the match, we're friends, and he actually sent my son an Ieska puppet that he signed, and my son threw the Cobra away, and now he plays with Ieska. I said, "What the, buddy?" Yeah. No, it was great. It was a great match, and the reception from the Mexican fans in Aguascalientes was amazing. I love Mexico. I've always loved Mexico. It has a special feeling when I'm there. I don't know if I'm reincarnated and I used to be Mexican or something, but I have a special feeling every time I'm there. Um, no, it was great. It was a great match.
Pedro, you noted something very particular about that video, and we were talking about prior to this interview. Do you recall the question you want to do? Children
I
cried.
wanna.
A lot of children cried in that moment, Santino. Do you
Yeah,
expected that to happen? Because it was like they killed. It's like their favorite thing in the world. A lot of children were in the
yeah,
first row, and when La Cobra stroked that Jessica for the first time, the instant reaction was crying. The young kids,
yeah,
adults as well, were like, "What the hell are you doing?"
yeah. The feeling to hear 10,000 people go at the same time, it was crazy. It's like, because when you do that sound, you're going, and it's like they sucked the air out of the plate. Everybody went, and the air was like gone. It was crazy. It was actually, I felt it. I got goosebumps now
Oof.
when I'm thinking about it because it was a really interesting feeling. When I watch the video back, I hear that one kid just crying, and man, that's what it's about. It's about moments. It's about emotional connection, memories, special moments. Just when we were face to face in the middle of the ring and we started walking back like, cowboys, the audience was started going like, that's what they were waiting for. That's what they wanted. That was the moment they were waiting for. And it was awesome. We took our time. We had fun. Yeah, he's great. I actually want to tag team with him. I don't want to face him anymore. I want to be on the same team.
As in Latin America would say, esto es cine, this is cinema. Pedro, let's go to the next question.
You being the TNA director of authority, you have the complete control of your roster, but we saw last night in the programming in WWE NXT, TNA invades NXT, and what a big moment to close that show. You being the director of authority, how did that outcome go since TNA go to invade NXT?
Yeah. So the TNA locker room is very tight, where we are really, really a family. After the show, we sit together. Some guys have cigars. We have a drink. We cheers, because we started from the bottom, man. And we worked and we worked and we sacrificed and we clawed and we believed in ourselves. And when I came here to TNA, it didn't take me long to say, okay, I see what we have. And I believe in this too. And now I've been here, more than 2.5 years. And the growth has been amazing. And I have friends that when they leave WWE, I call them right away and say, "You got to come here. This is awesome. You're gonna fall in love again." Because sometimes when you work for such a big company, the passion, how do you say, like the flavor is out of it. Subway, it's too corporate or something like that. And of course, the money is incredible, right? But we didn't do it for the money. We did it because we dreamed, and we did it because we love it. And then somewhere along the way, the money took over. But then you come here and you go, oh, this is why I started. This is why I fell in love. It's back to the beginning again. It's something really special. So we work so hard, and there's no way we're gonna let this, NXT just take everything from us. So we did what we had to do. And
I
it's
wanted
just
to
the
talk
beginning.
to you about
Ooh.
it's just the beginning. This invasion, this is gonna be some awesome moments for TNA. And speaking of awesome moments and moments that are gonna live in your career forever, I wanted to talk to you about in this stage of your career, you have been United States Intercontinental, you've been around the world representing.
Tag team.
So this is so special moment. Do you in this stage of your career, you ever thought that you were gonna work with your daughter in the same program in TNA? Can you walk me through all the moment and that special bond that you have with your daughter?
Yeah, of course. Um, it would never have happened if the relationship between NXT and TNA wasn't developed. So that is already, you know, it never happened before. So the timing for us to be in those companies and this relationship to happen, it's we already won the lottery. And when we wrestled together, it was very close to our where we live. It was like one town over. Um, so to have my wife there with my younger kids, my parents there, um, I just don't know if those stars are ever going to line up again. It was like a once in a lifetime opportunity for us, and we know this is probably never going to happen again. So it was it was pretty special, very emotional for the whole family because we've been through a lot. When you're a father and you're on the road and your daughter's at home, it's not easy. When you're a teenager and your father's not home a lot, it's not easy for her. It wasn't easy for me. So it was some kind of full circle moment for us to be able to share the ring together and have a match. And it's probably also just the beginning for that. I think people want to see more. I think we have good chemistry, and I think there's more father daughter time to be had somewhere.
Santino, if you allow me, I'm gonna say something in Spanish very quick, and it's este viernes. TNA va a presentar Victory Road directamente en el Edmonton Expo Center en Edmonton, Alberta, Canadá. Los boletos están disponibles en tnawrestling.com y disponibles a través de pay-per-view por TNA Plus o Thriller TV. En ambas está disponible. Y de igual manera, el Big Show, el momento grande, el que todos han estado esperando, Bound for Glory, el 12 de octubre en el Songa Center en Lowell, Massachusetts, el 12 de octubre. Boletos a la venta de igual manera en tnawrestling.com y disponible a través de pay-per-view, a través de Thriller TV y TNA Plus, which leads me to my next point, Bound for Glory, the biggest pre-sale
Yeah.
in the ticket history for that event. Very probable a sold out, just like we saw in Slammiversary, and just like we have been seeing and witnessing in every single TNA event for 2025. Now you guys go to Edmonton, huge wrestling crowd. Same goes for Songa Center in Lowell, Massachusetts. Talk to me as the TNA Director of Authority. How does it feel to have to be in the most successful moment for TNA's history ever?
Yeah, it's incredible. And people from TNA in the past are happy for us. Obviously, the current locker room is ecstatic about the growth. But yeah, when I came here, it was not like this, man. There was sometimes we were in Nashville or even in Toronto, we had 350, 500 people, but we believed in ourselves, you know. And now that we have the audience size that feels right, and we deliver every time. Every time we've had a sold out crowd, we've never not had a good show. We've never wasted an opportunity. And Lowell, Massachusetts, Bound for Glory is going to be another one. We're gonna capitalize on that audience. We're gonna send the message out to the wrestling world, man. We're here. We're knocking on the door, and you better look out, because once we get that TV deal, we're number two, man. I know people. I know whatever. Tony Khan has lots of money. I get it. But the fans speak. The fans dictate who's number one, number two, number three, not your bank account. So of course WWE is number one. They're so far ahead. We'll never catch it in my lifetime. But number two is attainable. Number two is really something we can do. And if we accomplish that, man, that's humongous. Humongous.
For time purposes, we gotta jump to the last question, and I need to ask it. TNA has been having success every single week, every single Thursday, 8 p.m. Access TV is where we can see this. Obviously, you talk about the future TV contract once this expires. TNA is in its best moment, but we saw yesterday someone confronting the TNA roster, and that's the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. You're the TNA Director of Authority. Shawn Michaels is the person in charge of NXT. How will you react if the situation changed? Because we've seen NXT superstars jumping that fence and throwing that door all to the floor and coming to TNA wrestling. But how will it be if the director of authority or its equivalent, Shawn Michaels, comes to TNA wrestling? Will you be open to receiving him? Will you be open to discussing things? It's talking a thing at this point after this invasion, because yesterday everything escalated like this. We saw Matt Cardona, we saw the Inspiration, we saw Lei Jean Lee, we saw everyone, Saya Brookside, Matt Cardona, Steve Macklin, every single person on the roster came to kill. Like they didn't play, came to play. It was a beatdown, a brutal beatdown in Orlando in their own house. How will it feel if Shawn Michaels comes to your territory?
I have a tremendous amount of respect for Shawn Michaels. When I first started on the road, Shawn Michaels was still on the road. I shared a locker room with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. So, and I watched the transition from locker room to office to company leaders, So I've been there for the whole ride. And we have mutual respect, but at the same time, he would not want me to not do what's best for my company. And I totally expect him to do what's best for his company. So, it's like two fighters that respect each other. You know what I mean? When it comes time for the fight, we're going to fight. After the fight, nothing but love. And it's the same thing. If they want to fight, if I didn't bring my best, if I didn't fight my hardest, he would lose respect for me. So we're going to do everything we have to do to win. And then after, we're going to hug and we're going to shake hands, just like fighters. That's what we are. We're combat sports performers, or whatever you want to call it. We're grapplers, we're wrestlers, we're prize fighters. And we're fighting for our livelihood. This is not just for likes. This is for our lives.
This is your profession. This is what you do for a living. Y
Yeah.
es el futuro de la industria completa. Let's wrap this up. But first, nuevamente, este viernes, Edmonton, Alberta, Canadá, TNA presenta Victory Road. Y al igual que eso, está el Fallout al otro día. También en el Edmonton Expo Center, directamente en Edmonton, Alberta, Canadá. Hay mucho latino en el área, hay mucho mexicano, hay mucho boricua viviendo en Canadá. Así que dense la vuelta, denle la oportunidad a TNA, tnawrestling.com para boletos y a través de Thriller TV y TNA Plus. Y por último, nuevamente recordemos Bound for Glory el 12 de octubre en el Songa Center de Lowell, Massachusetts, tnawrestling.com para boletos y TNA Plus para verlo a través de pay-per-view. Y por último, todos los jueves a las 8 de la noche a través de Access TV y Claro Sports en América Latina. La programación de TNA o Impact a las 8 de la noche. No hay tiempo para más. Let's wrap this up, pero en español. Pedro Vega, Michael Morales, el director de autoridad de TNA Wrestling, Santino Marella, y la cobra para Lucha Libre Online, porque en español nadie lo hace mejor. Thank you very much, sir. We are more than honored to have you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Encantado.